Good Thursday morning, South Carolina weather watchers. I'm your meteorologist, Jesse Peterson, and let's go ahead and talk about the weather for your Thursday. And we have had a huge uptrend overnight. I'm trying to get through this pretty quickly, um, but we've had a huge uptrend. I mean, yesterday we only had a marginal risk of severe weather. Now, a marginal risk has not only taken the entire state, but this center region right here, Midlands, a little bit of the Low Country, has now been taken over with a slight risk of severe weather. And there is a 5% hatch risk of tornadoes, meaning that there's a 5% risk of a tornado and that threat of it potentially getting up to EF2 or greater status. So that's what we're looking at right now. You can see we have severe thunderstorm warnings right now up here inside of Union, South Carolina. Clinton, Monarch Mill, Buffalo, Jonesville, Rose Hill State Park, Cross Anchor, and I think that's Sedalia or Sedalia. Special weather statement all the way through Greenwood, and severe thunderstorm warning up here near Parksville, South Carolina as well. And there is a tornado warning, not in the state, but very close to the state of South Carolina, in Georgia. So that's something to look for. That is something to look for. But for right now, tornado watch is out for a good amount of us. You can see it on the map right now if you want to see your exact location. This goes until 1 o'clock p.m. or just until, that line of storms move past you and until they expire it and get rid of it for you. But looking at the entire U.S., we do in fact have some rainfall, snowfall all going on right now. Rainfall going on obviously over here inside of Georgia, Florida, going on. Even we have some rainfall activity going on over here inside of North Carolina, Virginia, Washington, D.C., going on in New York. Snowfall on the western side in West Virginia. We have some rainfall, some mixed precipitation in North Dakota. Also over here inside of Montana. We also have some rainfall and some snowfall in Washington and Oregon. Now for your cloud cover, for the most part, cloud cover is looking pretty... It's actually looking pretty cloudy out there, but honestly, I don't think people should really be too surprised by that, just to the fact that it is, that we are, experiencing some rainfall, some severe weather right now. So, cloud cover right now is going on. Cloud cover for the future, it will move away. We start off here 8 o'clock in the morning, push through the noon time frame. You're already seeing some clearing going on in the upstate. Move this forward even more. I mean, this is 4 o'clock p.m. Clearing now going on all the way from the upstate. Clearing now moved its way all the way off 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m. I mean, look as we get into tonight. Just nice and clearing conditions. Now for our current temperatures right now, you have around a good 69 in Columbia as well as 68 in Orangeburg, 68 Somerville, 67 in Charleston, 68 Georgetown, 65 in Myrtle Beach as well as 68 in Aiken. We also have around a good 55 in Greenville, 56 in Spartanburg, and 59 in Gaffney, 66 York, and 67 in Rock Hill, 61 in Clemson, and 63 in Anderson, 68 inside of Greenwood and Newbury as well. Air quality for today, looks like that we do have a little moderate risk of, air quality index going on throughout the Midlands, parts of the upstate. But that's not bad. Everybody else is inside the green areas, Greenville, Anderson, Florence, pretty much most of the low country, Grand Strand areas as well. So that's what we're looking at in terms of our air quality. High temperatures for today, you have around 60 in Greenville, 61 in Spartanburg, as well as 64 in Anderson, 66 in Lawrence, and 69 in Newbury and Winsboro, 72 in Columbia, and 72 in Camden, 72 Sumter, Orangeburg, 74 Walterboro amongst Corners, 72 in Charleston, and 75 in Georgetown, 74 Kingstree, and 73 Hilton Island. Winds for today, honestly, it's going to be around 15 to 20, maybe even up to 25 miles per hour. In terms of those sustained winds today, as that cold front moves through, it's going to get breezy out there. Wind gusts for today are going to be from around 30 miles an hour all the way up to potentially 35, 40 miles per hour today. So it's going to be a bit breezy today all throughout the state. So make sure that if you have anything outside that you want to get tightened down or anything like that, won't be able to stand 30, 40 mile per hour winds, you probably should. Rainfall for today, here's just our accumulations, 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 an inch for a good amount of the area from Sumter to Florence to Dillon to Columbia, Greenville, Spartanburg, Anderson. Maybe even a 1/2 an inch to an inch for Rock Hill, Cheraw as well. Lawrence is included in there. 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch for Myrtle Beach, Georgetown, Moncks Corner, Charleston, Walterboro, and Hilton Head Island. And, some areas potentially a little bit less in the very, very far upstate, but that's, for the most part, I think that that's pretty much still just from earlier today. And so most of that rainfall has probably now moved off by this time, and it's going to move off pretty soon. Now, for our crazy score, if you have no idea what the crazy score is, it is a score that we see how crazy the weather is throughout the state of South Carolina, and right now we are at a 62. Why? Well, severe weather. I mean, we had a marginal risk of severe weather last night, and that's what it was. But now that we are inside of the slight risk, I think it most likely should go more into the severe category now, because it was not like this, and this is why, I decide sometimes I just want to do things during the daytime instead of the night before, because things change like this. And so yesterday, if the marginal risk sustained, it would have been a 62. Now I think it probably would be more in the 70s. Severe thunderstorms, tornadoes, dangerous conditions overall. So I do think that that's probably what it should be at right now. So honestly, I would ignore that score at the top right and just say we're in the 70s, somewhere around there. Here's the new SPC outlook. Here it is. Slight risk in the middle areas, marginal risk around it, light green, no severe weather up there in the very far upstate. That is for, again, if you're in the green, a 5% risk of damaging winds, and the yellow, same thing, 5%. Today's risk is actually a tornado-driven risk. Now, it's not going to be as bad as it was over there inside of like the central U.S., what we saw over there, tornado emergencies, stuff like that. Hopefully, we should not see that today for what they saw over there. But we do have a 2% risk of tornadoes with maybe a little bit of a chance for EF2 tornado in the green areas. And then in the yellow area, that's a 5% risk of tornadoes being EF2. So if you get that tornado warning, make sure you take it seriously. Don't just sit and just say, "Oh, I'm gonna just watch the tornado. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that." Just do action instead of just trying to just sit there and trying to watch the tornado or trying to just stick it out and say, "It's probably nothing." Now for the fire weather risk, nothing here. Excessive rainfall, nothing here. So let's go and look at the models. We're gonna start off here at 8 o'clock in the morning. You go in and push this forward right here, and you can see rainfall, obviously, and that storm activity moving its way east, 10 o'clock in the morning, moving throughout, like, the Midland areas. By 11 o'clock, moving through the southern Midlands, even going on throughout parts of the low country by around 11 o'clock in the morning. Petey areas going on near 12 p.m., 1 p.m. as well. And then it moves out by 3 o'clock. I mean, we are nice and dry by 3 o'clock. I mean, I do see, like, a little shower or two still possible over there in the low country, but for the most part, the main line is out of here by 3 o'clock. So, for the rest of the day, it looks like it's going to be actually pretty dry for a good amount of us, even as we go into tonight, into like early tomorrow morning. So we know that the threat is there. We saw it last night. We know we have the cape. We have the ingredients for it. And that's pretty much all I have to say for tonight. I said it was going to be pretty quick forecast today. But for the most part, make sure you are prepared for today if you are under that tornado watch. Even if you're not in the tornado watch, still watch out, because there's still a 2% risk of tornadoes in this area over here, not in the tornado watch. So everybody needs to be watching out today. Severe thunderstorm warning still going on. We'll see how they continue, especially if you get put under a severe thunderstorm warning as well. Make sure that you are prepared for that. But that's all that I have to say. I'll be back tonight, 9 o'clock p.m. for your Thursday evening forecast update, your drought update, and then I'll be back tomorrow morning for your Friday morning forecast update. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Thursday, and I'll be back tonight. Make sure you go and hit those 2 buttons before you leave.